I've got my Panda mug. So good morning to everybody. Hey, Justin. Thanks everybody for joining in. I was just telling everybody on the call that if they have any questions, feel free to use the chat box option on the screen. So if you just hover over the bottom of the screen there should be an option to put in a chat, or if you're on your iPhone or iPad, there should be a chat box option as well. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up Canva, and we'll get started in just a second. Okay. Oops. Let's go back to home. And let me know if at any point in time, guys, if you have any trouble seeing what I'm seeing. We'll give it maybe just another 1 or 2 more minutes to see if anybody else pops on the call, and then we'll get started. Hope everybody's doing well. Actually, you know, if it's a small enough of a group, I might actually unmute everybody. We'll see here. Okay. Can everybody hear me? If you cannot hear me, please write in the chat box at this point in time. If not, I'll assume that everybody can hear me. Okay. And I'll be periodically checking this chat box. Let's give this just another minute and we'll get started. Okay, I'll go ahead and get started, and then if anybody pops on, I might just circle back a little bit for them. But basically, I just wanted to do a quick tutorial for all of you on Canva. You know, I wanted to make this kind of a quick thing since everybody's really busy, and I figured an online format would be good because of the fact that we all have, you know, busy lives, and sometimes it's difficult to get, you know, to any one place to do a presentation. So what is Canva? Canva is a program, it's an app that I use, that a lot of people use in our industry and many other industries to basically create content for various social media platforms, as well as flyers and invitations and essentially anything that you could potentially need in business, really, or even in your personal life. I know people use it in their personal lives as well. So some of the things that I use Canva for specifically are Instagram story posts, Instagram posts in general. So for example, for testimonials from clients, to make that look pretty, I might use a program like Canva. Or if I've got something that I want to do for like a holiday post or something like that, just kind of a quick, easy way to make some really nice content to put out. I've also used these for holiday cards to my clients and invitations to events, as well as flyers for events such as the Sussex County Association of Realtors and the Coastal Association of Realtors and any other organization that I'm a part of. So this is, you know, the basic screen for Canva when you first log on. I think we're in my account now. I have the basic account. You can choose to upgrade, which will give you more templates and stuff like that. But I have found for the purpose for what I use it for, the basic account is decent enough. So basically, when you get to this first page here, You know, you can just, you know, they give you the option of typing in what it is that you're looking to do. Even if you just tab into this bar, it'll give you plenty of options on the types of posts that you can make, or you can scroll down and they'll give you some different, you know, design ideas or anything like that. So a couple of the things that I've done recently, Facebook cover photos, you know, these are all designs that I've started. Some of them I've used, some of them I have not ended up using, but these are just examples of some of the things that you can do. We were hosting a TAPS and Apps party, and I was looking for a template to do that, to send out invitations to the people for that event. But basically, we're just going to dive right in on an example here. So let's say that you want to make an Instagram post. So you basically come in and they make the dimensions for you so that you don't even need to worry about it. So we'll click it here. And then it brings you to this page where they have all these different templates that you can choose from. And this is for any type of post that you want to do. It doesn't have to be specific to Instagram. They have all sorts of posts for each platform. But let's say, you know, we've got Halloween coming up. So you want to make a Halloween post. You type in Halloween, and on the left-hand side here, you've automatically got all these different options for putting together a Halloween post. And this is cool because it looks like you've, you know, put a lot of effort into this, and really they've just given you a ton of different options to choose from. So, you know, let's even just say that you want to go in and just make an Instagram post just to say Happy Halloween. So you click this one, and then you can come in here and you can begin to edit it however you choose. So usually I don't go crazy with this, but you can come in and you can ungroup these so that you can move them around. Let me try this again here. Yeah, so ungroup, so I can move just this one piece around, or I could keep them grouped the way that I had it before and move the entire thing. If you want to change up the colors on anything, so let's just say, you know, let's go Happy Halloween, and then we can make that fit the screen. Up here, you've got options where you can change the font, you can change the size of the text, you can change the color of the text. So let's make this a little bit smaller so that it kind of fits in there a little bit nicer. And then you could come in down here, and just for the sake of, you know, a lot of us are in real estate or mortgage, so we could say, you know, we've got Grace here, so we could say love, you know, sincerely, you know, whatever team you're on. And then, you know, or you could put whatever you want there, really, you can change it up. And then if you wanted to change the colors, you could come in here and you've got options. You can create templates. So I had started a template, like a girly first home mortgage template. I've got a bright template. I've got a coastal chic template. And then you can kind of, these colors at the top are the ones that they have within the actual post. So you can come in here and you can add a color. So let's say I want the Happy Halloween to be purple. I can come over here and do that. And I can do that for essentially any component of the post itself. So even on the picture, in some options, there are options to change the color of the photograph. So in that one, I just switched the color of the lollipops to purple. If I want to switch these lollipops over to a different color, I might, let's say, lime green, you know, and I could do that. So you could really get creative with the posts if you want to, or you could just keep the templates the way that they are. I mean, it really just depends on how much time you have to dedicate to something like this, or if you have an assistant or a marketing person on your team that can help you with something like this, they can get a little bit more creative as well. So that's just one example. Let's put that back in. Now, let's say I want to add, you know, a logo or like a picture, if it was a picture of me. So you can come over here on the side, so where you have your templates, okay? You can also go to photos, all right? They give you tons of photos that you can actually even use. They're kind of like stock photos that if you wanted to use them for different posts, you could scroll down and insert the stock photos. You can search those the same way that you searched for, you know, the templates. So let's say you wanted to insert a fall photograph, you could just type in fall. And now let's do this, right? So let's say even that I want to get rid of this post altogether and I just want to use this fall picture as a part of the post. I can, do that, and then, oh, that's actually not what I meant to do, but that's pretty cool too. So you could delete the components after you made the picture the background. Now I've got these little spiders still, so if I want to get rid of those, I can, or if I want to keep them, I can. But I've basically swapped out the background with one of these fall photos. So let's see if I could do the same one here, the pumpkins. You can even do that, and it swaps it out. And the way that you kind of can, make sure that it ends up in the background is they actually have, let's see, there's an option where you can move it forward or backwards, but it looks like that's hidden right at the here and now, which is fine. I can show that to you in just a second. But basically, you kind of get the idea with the pictures. If you're unhappy with the background in a particular template, you can come over here and choose whatever you'd like. So that's a nice option if you want to kind of customize a post that way as well. I wouldn't necessarily probably do that one. I'd probably move that one around so that you could actually see the pumpkin. So that's probably not the best option there, but you kind of get an idea. If you wanted to add, your logo, there's this section down here for uploads. So I've uploaded my equal housing lender logo, which is something that I legally, am required to have on a lot of different documents, especially if there are loan terms. I've also got my first home mortgage logo saved in there. So I can kind of fiddle around with this, put in Happy Halloween, put in the first home mortgage logo, put in, let's get rid of that one for now since there's really nothing loan terms on that. But let's go ahead and change the spacing on this to center it. Let's make it orange because I'm not really feeling that color. Now I've got this, okay? And then I can add my own text. So I could come over here and I want somewhere probably on this to say my name so people know that it's coming from me. So let's go over to the text, and then it gives you all these really cool font options. I mean, it even gives you like these whole different categories where I could do that, and then it gives me the entire thing. And then I could play with it that way and change the text the way that I want. Or if I just want to add something simple, like a one-liner, I might add a subheading. So let's pull this subheading down a bit. Let's make it bigger for sure. And let's make it even bigger than that. And then I might just say Amanda Garcia, NMLS 1584792. And now I've got an Instagram post that I can post for Halloween. This is just a really quick example to show you guys what that looks like. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with this post with all the different options. You can add elements over here on the left-hand side, elements. So if you want to add kind of like, sometimes they're called stickers on Facebook, or, I forget what they call them on Instagram, but there's all sorts of different icons you can add in here if you want to add anything specific. So, I don't know, off the top of my head, I can't think of a specific example for real estate, but there might be something in there. Usually I'm using this upload option and I'm uploading whatever it is that I want to post in here. So that's going to include things like my headshot for my business card, this logo up here, the Equal Housing Lender logo, or if there's anything else that I want to specifically, get in there. I've got the Sussex County Association of Realtors logo down here whenever I've made posters for them in the past. So that's a really great option. And then you've got your folders, so you can purchase things if you want to purchase templates that are not a part of the basic plan, and then that way they're there for you as well. Like I said, I haven't had any real reason to do that. There's a lot with the basic plan that you don't necessarily need to pay for it. So this is a free program that you can use. So let's go back over to the home screen. That's going to save that now in my designs. You'll see that it pops up here in this corner in just a second. And that way I can come back to it if I didn't finish. But actually, let's get back in there for a second because I wanted to show you how to save this. So the cool thing about this program is that you can save it in a lot of different ways. So up in the top right-hand corner, you can click download, and you can, they tell you kind of the suggested version of how to get it, but you could do a PNG, which is a high quality image. You could do a JPEG, which is, you know, a small file image, a PDF, standard PDF print. You know, in some instances, you can do a video. Generally, the ones that I'm using are the PNG and the PDF print, which is a high quality PDF. And I usually am using that in an instance with like flyers and stuff like that. The PNG I'm using for things like Instagram posts, Instagram story posts, Facebook posts, Facebook cover posts, and then this one's generally a flyer. So let's go ahead and show you just another example. I'll keep this quick for you guys. But let's say you want to do, let's see, what they've got presentations, they've got Facebook posts, posters. One of the ones that I've used a lot is this flyer option. And it works the exact same way as the Instagram post. The biggest difference is that it's going to be different dimensions. So let's say you're doing a flyer for, you know, a happy hour. I host a fair amount of happy hours for my real estate partners. So let's hit happy hour and see what options that they have. So, you know, you can kind of scroll down. You can even, I think you could even do happy hour fall and see what that looks like. So now they're coming up with different flyers for fall. So let's kind of do, I don't know, this one's kind of cute. And it's got a front and a back, and it's basically like an invitation or a flyer that you can then go in and edit. So let me show you guys how you can kind of fiddle with this one. And let's make this a little bit, oops, sorry about that. Let's make this a little bit bigger so that we can see it better. And then, you know, you can kind of come in here and edit the colors on this as well. So if you don't like the colors, you know, you can come in, switch them up, do whatever it is that you want to do to fit your theme for the event. It doesn't have to be the exact template. So it's actually pretty cool that you can come in here and do whatever you want. Again, you can come in and swap out the background color even if you want to do something brighter. You know, we could change this to black and make it like a brighter theme. You know, you could really get creative here and do essentially whatever it is that you'd like. I'm not going to go through this whole one again. I don't want to be redundant on the things that you can do, but just want to reiterate that you can, you know, be the master of your own design and just use these templates to help guide you. So, you know, you can come up here. You know, they've got a lot of really phenomenal fonts for all occasions. Usually I don't mess with that too much. I think that they've got really good designs. But then you can come out here. You could print the flyer, download them the same way we talked about before. You could share a link to the flyer if you'd like to do that as well. Sometimes you can even, you know, go directly to Facebook. I don't tend to do that, but you have that option as well. If you link your Facebook page, you can get it, you know, to upload straight to Facebook. And that's, you know, a decent option for saving time sometimes. But I want to come back to the front here and just show you one more thing. You know, if you upload, they've got this whole design school. So they've got all these videos where it kind of teaches you how to do different items. So I'm just kind of giving you a crash course and showing you the very basics, but this is a really great option for people who are in business and who are trying to brand themselves. So they've got branding your business, and there's literally lessons on how to go through and brand your business. So that's something that you should take advantage of through this program. It's free. So there's really no reason why you shouldn't take advantage of it. They've got, you know, presentations, learning how to present. So they, you know, you could literally see the lesson plan down here. And, you know, a lot of people that I meet with in real estate, one of the biggest things that they talk about as being a pain point for them is not understanding how to brand themselves. And I can relate to that. It's been something that is difficult, and especially in the beginning, to make sure that you figure out what your purpose is, what your mission is, how you want to be seen, and then putting that into an action plan with your branding. So use the resources and the courses on Canva to help you do this. There are tutorials on how to teach you how to do different design elements in Canva. You know, even, you know, like you could even set up a brand kit And then there's a pro. I wouldn't go crazy with the pro unless you really get into this kind of stuff, or if you have a marketing assistant that can help you with it and dedicate more time, because that's definitely more advanced, but it's got more options. So I wanted to show you the design school because a lot of this, like I mentioned, is free. So make sure to check that out. And let's go ahead and let's see. We've got a chat option. How do you actually post to social media? Just save it and post, or can you post right from Canva? So yeah, so there's multiple options. You can post straight from Canva to certain social media platforms. Generally, what I've been doing is just saving the pictures and posting them. So it's completely up to you. I, end up basically saving them and posting them, especially because a lot of times I'll start designs ahead of time and then I'll finish them before I'm actually ready to post them. So I'll save them into a folder on my iPhone, and then I will end up uploading them separately. So there is a Canva app for your phone. I would suggest getting that. It's definitely more user-friendly to do all the different designs on a desktop, just because it's larger and it's easier to move elements around. But once they're saved on your desktop, if you have the app on your phone, then you can download the pictures on your phone. And that's kind of what I use it for. And then I uploaded it straight to the different social media platforms. So that's definitely an option for you as well. Let's see, if we go back into one of these, I can kind of show you an example where you can post it straight to Facebook. So yeah, I haven't even connected Facebook, but let's connect Facebook. Let's post it. I don't know if I actually want to post it, but let's see if it gives me the options. You can see how you would link it. And then you go through that, linking Canva to Facebook. Okay. All right. And then I could put my post right here. So I could say, hope you can join us for the Beach Town Fall Festival. Obviously, I'm not changing the verbiage here. That's just the verbiage that was on the template. But if I had gone through and actually continued to fiddle with this, I would have made it my own event. And then I would hit publish here, and it would publish it straight to the Facebook account. So that's how you would do that. It doesn't appear that they have the option of doing too many other social media platforms. Looks like they've got Twitter there. You could upload it straight to your Google Drive if you've connected it to the Google Drive. And it looks like you could also do LinkedIn. There's a few options for sure. And the other cool thing about this, in real estate, so let's show you some specific real estate examples, since most of you on the call are in real estate. Type in real estate. And you could do business cards, you could do flyers, you could do newsletters, you could do postcards. I know a lot of you like to do postcards for listings or just solds or all sorts of stuff. And you could do brochures, trifold brochures as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the postcard. That's a popular one. And see what we have here. So this is a really neat option for you guys. Not all of these templates are going to be free with the basic program. Some of them are definitely going to be advanced pro membership templates, but let's take a look at this one. And yeah, see, that's got an advanced membership. I think that there's a way that you can filter the ones that are free versus not. Let me see. The ones that have the watermark are the ones that need to be paid for. I'm just trying to see if there's a way to filter it. But what I usually end up doing on these anyways, to remove the watermarks, is I just swap out a photograph. So you probably don't want to have the picture in the background of this anyways. And that's what they're basically watermarking. So I would just swap out the photograph and I would just use the template otherwise. So let's see, this one, I would basically delete these pictures and I would put in pictures of the house that I wanted. So I could come in here, delete those. Now my watermarks are gone, okay? And then I could put in the photographs of the home that I'm selling. And then I could come down here and I could download the picture or the postcard, or I could print the postcards, which is a great option as well. You can print postcards from here. they're not always going to be free, you know. So for example, these are high quality products. So you can pick the paper that you want. You could pick the finish that you want. You could pick how many copies that you want, and then they mail them to you, and then you can then mail them out. Or you can just save. This is kind of what I end up doing, honestly, depending on, because we've got a high quality printer in my office. So I end up just downloading this, and then I print on postcard paper from the printer in my office, which might be an option for you as well, which would save you some money. So I don't think I have any pictures of homes in here, but like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's do photos. We could picture, you know, a house, right? No, these, I don't suggest using these stock images for something if you're trying to build your business. You know, realistically, everybody knows what these stock pictures look like. So I would suggest uploading the pictures of your house that you want to market. But just for example purposes, I'll show you that you can go ahead and swap these. Oh, I don't like that one, but you can kind of swap these in and out for the purpose of your postcards. And then you can change everything else in here as well. You can get rid of that. I don't even know what that diamond is, but you could put in your own logo, your own name, you know, the address here, and all your information down here. You could change the colors, which we've talked about already, but make it your own. Before you, you know, start to fiddle with all that, work on the branding and see what you have options as far as how do you want to brand yourself, and then be consistent with that. So really cool option in here that you can use for your real estate business. Let's see what else they have for real estate. Real estate flyers, newsletters, real estate social graphics. I'm not sure what this is, so let's check it out. Okay, so cool. So these are basically posts for Instagram, it looks like. Some of them are Instagram. Actually, pretty much all appear to be Instagram. So this is a really great option for you guys. It's just easy, okay? It looks clean. It's professional. And all you need to do is come in here and change the information, all right? Just sold, you know, whatever your realty company is or whatever your business is, picture of the house, address, your name, your number, and market yourself. It's really, really pretty easy. It takes the difficulties out of trying to find ways to be creative. And, you know, while I keep harping on the fact that you can make these things your own, you know, at the end of the day, it's a pretty good looking post on its own. You don't have to change the colors or do anything like that, but it's an option there. Just listed, sold. Like, these are great designs that you guys can be utilizing for your business, and they're very easy to access. So I would highly suggest getting on here and checking out to see what you've got going on. So let's go home. And then that's kind of the gist of it. Like I said, if you don't end up, you know, finishing something, you can come back here to your designs and continue to play with them. I made this one for a Halloween post, you know, that I'm going to end up putting on Instagram, my Instagram story. So, you know, be on the lookout for that one. It's just kind of fun little things that you can do to be memorable. And that's kind of at the end of the day what your goal should be, is to be memorable with people, whatever that means. So with, you know, doing this for a business, there is a need to put out content that is promoting yourself, but there's also a need to just put out content in general that tells people who you are and shares with people, you know, what you're all about. Because at the end of the day, you know, people are only going to do business with you if they feel like they know, love, and trust you. And they can't know, love, and trust you if you're not putting content out about yourselves and being, you know, showing your personality. So while this is great for all the different real estate related posts, I also suggest that you try to use it to put out fun little things and, you know, show people who you are, because people will remember that at the end of the day and choose to work with you because they like you, not because you're putting out, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, the content's important on your real estate and promoting yourself as well, but it has to be a really good mix. So if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to throw them in the chat box now. We can, we've got another probably 10 minutes before this conversation will be, or before the presentation will need to be wrapped up. But if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat box and we can kind of go over anything specifically that you might want to look at. And if not, you know, we could always regroup on this together individually. I'm happy to answer any questions or help with this, but utilize the design school over here, okay, on the left-hand side. If there's something that you're unsure of, you know, use these programs that they have to help you. They're usually in the format of quick little videos so that they're not going to get too, you know, too over your head or too boring or anything like that. They're actually pretty cool stuff. So if you have an opportunity to check those out, do that. There's a blog where you can read if you're not into watching, you know, if you're not into watching the videos quite as much, there's content that you can read on how to do this, creating design, creating brands, all sorts of stuff. It's a really great resource that doesn't cost money. So, and then of course there's the pro option. I don't have that, but you know, you could try it for 30 days and see if you like it. This is the one that I have, the Canva for free. And then this is the pro. It's only $10 a month. So it's really, you know, it's a couple coffees. So if you want to do that, it's not going to break the bank. And it gives you more options for sure. So, all right. If nobody else has any questions, I'll give it maybe like 2 more minutes. And if anybody has a question to put in the chat box, you can go ahead and do that now. And if not, I'll wrap it up. But yeah, just keep this in mind, okay? I'm going to use these for my holiday cards. You can make cards to send out. I use these for my birthday cards to send to clients on their birthdays, flyers. You can create presentation templates. I didn't really go into this too much because I don't have a whole lot of experience with it, quite frankly, but you can do presentation templates, it looks like, which could be pretty cool. And let's see what else we've got. And yeah, that's generally it. So if nobody has any questions, I'll go ahead and wrap this meeting up. And thank you all for joining. And hopefully, you know, if you learned something, give me a shout. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Okay, guys, have a great day, and I'll chat with you soon.